Zoom is being weird for me. Okay, there we go.
It's kind of weird for me too. What the
Yeah,
hell's...
I think it's got a new interface. It restarted, and I think it's doing weird stuff. All right.
All
All
right. Well,
right.
I don't know what's
Got
going
my
on my
microphone.
All right, I gotta mute you on the Zoom.
Yeah.
Uh,
You got your headphones.
Oh shit! Good call. I forgot about that.
Hey, we got a viewer. The viewer gets to watch you scramble for your headphones. Hello, one person who's tuned in as we get started. As Jake scrambles, I will talk about our sponsor today, who does not pay us because they're not actually a sponsor. But I'll wait till Jake comes back because I make fun of him a lot for drinking shitty Monster. Ooh, Jake's dog is frisky. Second viewer has joined in. Hello, second viewer. Whether you are accidental or on purpose, stick around. We're gonna start doing some news stories. YouTube live cast. Jake's grabbing his headphones because we had echo problems in the past. I have long nails right now that need trimmed.
I just gotta figure out what the hell's going on with this stupid webcam.
Oh, it shut off.
Oh, it's not in the USB. That's why. Alrighty.
I'm staring right
go.
at the sun. I got a bright sun in my eyes. Enclave Dave, Nathan, and Big Stan.
What's going on?
Oh, Solar Last was our second one. All right, ready? I'm gonna hit record.
Yep, good to go. Do I sound okay on the
You sound okay on
phone
me.
here?
You
All
got
right.
headphones in, or?
Yep, good to go.
All right, I don't. All right, hello, Idiots on Parade, the Too Ugly for TV podcast. We mock the news, so you don't have to. I am Nathan Timmel, stand-up comedian in Iowa City. With me, as always, is Jake Vevra, stand-up comedian in New York City. Hello, Jake.
How's it going?
It is well here. I'm drinking. I've made fun of you for drinking Monster. I tell you to switch to Celsius. It's the healthiest of the poison drinks. I'm chugging one right now because I've been awake all night. I just got home from Hawaii. Did a red eye overnight from Maui all the way to Chicago. Landed at 6:30. Then had a several-hour layover, and I think I drifted off a little. I remember watching. I watched No Way Home, then a couple South Parks. Then I watched Beverly Hills Cop. People should watch Beverly Hills Cop once a year. It is literally a perfect movie. There is no fat on that bone. It is all meat. It is so good. It's Eddie Murphy at his best. But anyway, so
It's solid. It's no Beverly Hills Cop 3, but it's pretty good.
I saw Beverly Hills Cop 3 in the theater.
Oh,
All I
great.
remember is it was about counterfeiting in an amusement park, but I don't
I just remember the amusement park thing.
anything else because it was so bad. Either way, I need a
It's kind of rough.
caffeine hit, so I'm chugging caffeine right now because I'm trying to push through. Like when you go to Hawaii, it is so. Have you ever been?
No.
Well, you know from just travel in the military, you go so far out of a time zone that I traveled so far west that the first night the whole family went to bed at 7 p.m. because we'd travel all day, and 7, 8, 9, 10, it felt like our midnight. But then I woke up at 3 a.m., which was 4, 5, 6, 7, which was like our 8 a.m. and like I was just
Dude,
awake at
I know
3 a.m.
it would fuck me up, man. When I was in the army, especially when they deploy us, because we would be like in the Middle East, which is like the exact opposite side of the
Right, you're
globe.
going east.
So it's you're looking at like your 12 a.m. is midnight back home kind of deal. And
Well, 12 a.m. is midnight.
look, man, I was a grunt. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't one of the engineers. All right, I'm not good with numbers, math, all that kind of thing. But you get what I'm saying. There's like a huge time difference. And even though I was like in my 20s, in great shape at the time, full head of hair, I don't know why that's relevant. I'm just pointing it out for the ladies listening. I was a fucking beast back in the day. All right, but not
When
like
I met
Brad
Jake,
Pitt,
he
but like
had hair.
better than that. Yeah. It was starting to go away, but. Either way, it would fuck me up the jet lag, and I was in great shape. It always blows my mind. Ever since then, it's always blown me away. Like the super old politicians, like Joe Biden or Donald Trump, any president in their like 60s, 70s, 80s, who's constantly flying to the other side of the world for like a
Yeah.
couple days and then coming back. It's like, dude, how do you do that in their 80s? I think there's a big reason um, that they tend to age a lot in office. I mean, I know it's a stressful job, I know it's long hours, but the constant jet lag has to be hard on your body, especially at an older age. I know because it was hard on my, even when I would like go on leave for 2 weeks, it would take the entire 2 weeks to where I'd be adjusted for back home. Then I'd fly back there and I was fucked up for like 2 more weeks. It was crazy.
So the first night I was up at 3 a.m. and that was it. I was just awake. And so I went down to the fitness center at 4 a.m. It was packed from
Yeah.
4 a.m. until I left at 5:30 a.m. It was just a nonstop stream packed. I've never been in a fitness room in a hotel that was A, packed, but B, at 4 a.m. But then the next night, my daughter woke up and we went out on the beach at about 5 a.m. and it wasn't packed, but you would just pass people and you just sort of acknowledge, like, what time zone they go, like Eastern, Central, like Kansas City.
Right.
Like you just, because everybody knew, we'd all just acknowledge, like,
How many
yeah.
hours is it behind Eastern? Like if you're coming from New
Well,
York, is it like,
it's 6 hours behind Eastern. It was 5 hours behind me.
yeah,
So
that's wild, man.
yeah, so if you're
That
midnight,
means
so if
4
you're up at
a.m. is
6,
10 a.m.
yeah,
That's 10,
exactly.
4 a.m. is 10 a.m. here.
Yeah, and so your whole body, and so what I'm doing now today is, because we left last night at 5:30 p.m. Hawaii time, and got in. I'm just pushing through. That's why I'm like, my wife is upstairs taking a nap, a short nap, but I'm trying to recalibrate. I want to stay up as exhausted as I am until I have to crash tonight, and hopefully reset my body clock faster.
I'm only taking vacations in Eastern and Central time zones from now on. I'll
That's
do
the
1 hour behind, but anything more is fucking nuts.
we did. You go to Mexico,
Or I'll
Costa
do 1
Rica.
hour ahead. Like once Trump takes over Greenland, I'll vacation there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We've done Mexico and Costa Rica, and that's only like 1 or 2 hours behind. That's straight down Central America. Not too bad at all. All right, let's
Right.
jump into some news, my friend.
Do
First
it.
off, right off the bat, last week we talked about what's her face? I can't even remember her name. Angel Reese wanted a raise. Angel Reese was demanding a raise because Caitlin Clark brought viewers to the table. Caitlin Clark was selling out arenas. Except last year, the WNBA also lost $40 million. So Angel Reese was saying we deserve a raise. More people are tuning in. And we talked about it. I said, yes, if you're getting the viewers, you do not have the NBA numbers. You do not deserve to get paid like LeBron or Steph Curry. But yeah, you could get a raise. Except right after our podcast, I stumbled across the article. $40 million loss. Maybe be happy with what you got.
Here's the thing. I'm still kind of on her side, man. If they're
Kind
getting the
of.
eyeballs, I'm still look. If they're getting the eyeballs on the screen and they're getting the asses in the seats, if the people at the upper echelons of management are still not spitting that into any kind of gold, that's on them. I think they need to bring Elon Musk in there with his autism and his sunglasses and his chainsaw and just figuring out where that fucking money's going, because it ain't going to the players, man. They barely make what I do, and I make shit.
Well, but that's what I'm saying is I would love to see a breakdown, like arena fees. They don't just, they don't just get to play in the arena. The arena just doesn't say, "Oh, sure, come play again." There are fees involved with everything, and if they don't make that back in parking because they're only selling 1,000 tickets, you know, they
Okay. But
all
what you said,
sports.
if they're
Wait.
only selling 1,000 tickets, they're selling more tickets now. So where's the money going? I'm telling you, I'm sending Elon Musk to talk to that man,
I know
whoever's
where
in
the
charge of the WNBA.
the money's not coming in, because look at something like baseball. When was outside of the championship games, you turn on any random baseball game other than the Cubs for the most part, and probably the
Go Cubs.
Sox, um, and it's an empty stadium. It's all television deals. Like they sign these 10-year long, multi-billion-dollar television deals until the WNBA can get television money where people are tuning in consistently. That's where the money is. Not ticket sales are a bonus.
Right, but if you're getting more eyeballs on the screen, which it seems like they are, I don't know why the people running the league can't cut a better deal. Here's what I think all that
because
money's
they're
going
losing
to.
money. That's why they can't.
Yeah, because they're bad business people. They're bad business people. All right, they need They need the Alec Baldwin character from Glengarry Glen Ross to just come in there and fucking yell at them and take their coffee away. That's what they need at the upper echelons of management. Here's where I think the money's going. You've been watching White Lotus?
No, I haven't.
You need to get on White Lotus. I'm sure you see it on social media. The I guess this is just for the listeners who've seen it. The Sam Rockwell monologue where he's talking about being a drunk and a sex addict and paying to fuck all these women in Thailand, and then eventually paying old dudes like him to rail him like while he's dressed like the women, and he's doing that every night and spending all his money. That's what I think the guy leading the WNBA is doing with all the money. Okay, I think Sam Rockwell's character in White Lotus is. I think that is based on the dude running the WNBA, and that's where all the cable advertisement money's going. Is that guy spending it on first hookers, then dudes to bang them in Thailand?
First hookers, then dudes. That's an important distinction.
Yeah.
First hookers, then dudes.
You got to watch the monologue. It's been all over the place, man. You don't even need to know anything about the show. We just learned who that character was but yeah, check it out. It's great.
I got to get around. You recommended it the other week when I was recommending Win or Lose, which is still great. So here's what happened is it was projected the WNBA was projected to lose 50 million, but then Caitlin Clark hit the scene and they only lost 40. So she brought 10 million to the table pretty much all on her own.
Worlds, man.
That's that Bill Burr bit on his Red Rock special.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
He said you can't, but he didn't.
But he's all complaint, no solutions. He's all complaint, no solutions. I'm an optimist, not like that. Yeah, he's balder than me. That's why he's so bitter. But where he walked so I could run with this one. We're gonna do a WNBA reality show, and to draw the dudes in, I'm gonna do an official WNBA league OnlyFans. That's right. I'm not saying you force the basketball players into it like some kind of pimp. You know what I mean? The head of the league puts a giant purple brimmed hat on and starts smacking. No, we're not doing any of that. Just anybody who wants a little bit of a bonus, little bit of a bonus. I know they ain't making good money. They're getting paid like I do. So you want a little bit of a bonus in the meantime till we get the TV money right. And the head of the NBA not spending it on hookers in Thailand until all that gets worked out. You can do a league OnlyFans.
I am going to get myself canceled. I'm going to couch me getting canceled by saying I don't remember the guy's name. Who was the guy that called the WNBA a bunch of nappy-headed hoes? Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah. Don Imus. Did I say that out loud? Are we recording?
Not yet. No, this is all good. All right, next
awesome.
Story. I just find this stuff amusing. We've talked about this sort of thing in the past. I haven't heard of it in a while. So whenever someone gets their sand in their vagina, whenever any dude gets all butthurt because something is quote woke, they put out the Republican, the conservative version. Well, we will fight. Anti-woke beer company fires back at beer giant for, quote, intimidation amid trademark dispute. So the name of this, I saw it, goddamn. It's called Conservative Dad's Ultra Right Beer.
That's the full name of the fucking thing?
That's the full...
Okay, like, when I read the article, I thought it was just talking about...
Company said, but the company is Conservative Dad Beer, and then oh no, the company is Conservative Dad Beer, and the beer is Ultra Right Beer.
Ultra Right Beer. Okay.
And so they're getting sued by Michelob Ultra because Anheuser-Busch is suing them because they think people will confuse Ultra Right Beer with Michelob Ultra, and maybe they will if it looks alike and the font and the colors. I don't see it happening, but I still think it's funny that I think all of it's funny. I think that the fact that there is a Conservative Dad Beer company, I think the fact that there's an Ultra Right Beer that people with small penises can drink to feel better about themselves, and I think it's funny that Anheuser-Busch is so threatened by it that we don't want to be associated with pursuing.
Ultra. I mean, Michelob Ultra. Ultra's not the name of the beer. It's just kind of, what's okay, I'm damn near illiterate. What's a word that describes a noun, right? That's an adjective. You can't fucking trademark an adjective. That's crazy. There should be rules. You can't trademark an adjective.
What? God damn it! I wish I'd researched this more because there've been other didn't. So it goes like Gene Simmons tried to copyright calling a guitar an axe, and Paris Hilton tried to copyright "That's hot," and you just can't do that thing. Just like you said, you can't
No,
copyright and you can copyright Michelob Ultra, but you can't copyright the word ultra. Like
or even
how
Michelob. Yeah, they're not using the word Michelob.
and how many like fuck how many because it'd be like trying to copyright extreme like
Light.
Mountain Dew extreme
Yeah,
and
right.
someone comes out
Or
with
the
a
word light or diet. Or I mean,
right.
that's crazy.
We talked about that a while ago. I don't want to go down that path again, but yeah, but Gen Z and millennials don't like diet, they like zero sugar.
Right, zero sugar. That's the move.
I love this conservative dad. His quote: "Anheuser-Busch is furious. We helped expose their woke disaster with Bud Light, so now they're using their billion-dollar illegal machine in an attempt to financially bleed us dry." But I don't think conservative dad beer did anything to expose Anheuser-Busch with Bud Light. The backlash started immediately. Like literally, that trans dude
Right. You guys are just
posted a
bandwagoning
picture.
it.
Yeah, Kid Rock shooting Bud Light did more to quote expose the
Right.
woke disaster. This beer company just capitalized on it. So I thought that was a funny quote.
If anything, Anheuser-Busch is, with this lawsuit, is exposing the fact that these guys exist to most people because I'd never heard of them until right now.
Okay, I'm looking at the picture again, and I forgot about this. So they are using the same colors as Michelob Ultra,
All right.
but
All right. Now
it
they're
says
dipping
it
their
says
toes into some. All right. Okay.
right. It
Now I
says
might be
ultra
on.
right where it would say Michelob Ultra, and maybe they revert. I'm pulling up a picture of
Oh,
Michelob
all right.
Ultra
All
right now to
right.
see.
Now I gotta pull this article up again because I missed that. I missed that. I gotta look at because if they're making it look like the logo, that's a different thing entirely. Like
So they
trademarking
don't. So
logos and shit.
Mick Ultra has a font, and it's blue, and then the Ultra, and then there's a ribbon, and this one is doing the. It's not. There's a blue, but then he puts the right in red to show conservative. There's a kissing cousins. It's not the same, but you can tell. So I'm gonna look at this ultra
Yeah, but
right beer.
it gets dicey once you get into. I do remember this from like a marketing class I took in college. It's
Yeah, they're
it's
putting it
it's
like this is kissing cousin shit.
dude. Yeah, that looks like a Michelob can for
It
sure, man.
does.
Yeah, I think it's the logo thing that's killing them, not the word
No,
ultra.
it's the design.
I'm glad you pointed out the design because that's totally what's getting them here. If you combine that with the Michelob Ultra or whatever, like they got Ultra and they got the same logo, it's like if it was one or the other, it'd be like all right, maybe. But
King
yeah,
Clef
I
Dave
think they're kind of
says that our connection might be bad. We apologize. It's got to be a YouTube
yeah.
thing
Sorry
because
about that.
it's been clear for us. But I love this quote. For more than 165 years, Anheuser-Busch has been brewing the world's most beloved and well-known beers. You've been brewing piss. I mean, Budweiser is well known. Bud Light is well known. It's all piss. It's water beer. You're not. It's not beloved.
Yeah,
If
so
it were
saying I don't. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, if it were beloved, people would have stuck by you during the Bud Light fiasco. They would have gone, "No, no, this is Bud Light. It's my favorite beer." They turned on you in a fucking heartbeat. It's not beloved. It's just what's available. It's
It
good
turns out
marketing.
there's 17 other beers in every single bodega that tastes exactly the same. So
Yes,
it's like if this one pisses me off just a little bit, I'm going to one of the other clones in a different colored can of you to drink. So that's kind of what they're running into. Whereas like you know, the really high alcohol content beer and like the craft beer and all that, I mean I mean, they could put a swastika on the can. I'd still probably drink one. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't really give a. They could put the hammer and sickle. They could be communists on a can. They could put the ISIS flag on every can. Rogue Beer could endorse ISIS tomorrow. I would still drink it. I would
as
still drink it. The White Claw, specifically the blue cans that are 8% alcohol. The CEO could suicide bomb somebody tomorrow. I don't give a shit. I'd be like, look, I don't agree. You got to separate the art from the artist and the hard seltzer from the hard seltzer maker. That's what I
My
say.
my wife says White Claw gives her. I don't. She doesn't get drunk, but when she has one or two, she gets a headache the next day, or a headache that. But she says High Noon doesn't do that. Do you notice that? I think they're probably all the same, but she says there are differences between those, the White Claw and the
High
High
Noon
Noon
tastes a
and
little
the.
better. Tell her to get. She would definitely get drunk off of
Well, she doesn't get
the.
drunk. She does it to. She has like one and she's done. She doesn't get drunk,
Oh well,
but
then I
she.
can't relate with her at all. But just tell her sometime to try the White Claw in the blue can. Those are 8% alcohol, and those will be a fun time.
All right. Hey, our favorite dude's in the news again, and you have to wonder, like, how rotted his brain is from his crack days. I mean, but God bless him because he's sticking by his guns. My Pillow CEO Mike Lindell rages against contempt filing in Smartmatic case. This is all corruption. Um, a federal judge in Minnesota is holding My Pillow founder and MAGA election donor Mike Lindell in contempt of court for failing to hand over financial documents and other discovery material in the defamation lawsuit brought by voting software firm Smartmatic. So for years he's been saying, I have the proof the election was overthrown. He never provides it. He says, if anybody can prove that my proof is false, I'll give him $5 million. Someone won that $5 million, took him to court and won. And yet he continues to stick by his, obviously he's got to be mentally ill. There's something wrong with him. He believes so deeply that there is a deep state. Um, but yeah,
I know I say it every time this guy comes up, or a lot of times we talk about Elon Musk. How pissed are you if you're higher up in that pillow company?
right.
And this fucking guy, it's like, dude, I was gonna buy a vacation home in Maui, and now this is coming out of my cut. I have to pay some fucking internet nerd on the left a bunch of money because you offered him $5 million for shit that is easily verifiably false.
I want to know how he's still out there though. That's what I wonder because he's lost every single case. He reminds me of Rudy Giuliani. Giuliani is finally financially destitute, but I mean he's been called destitute. His lawyers leave, and yet how beat down he's not hit rock bottom yet. I love the fact that he's sticking to his guns, where no matter how often he loses, he just it's nope, the world's out to get him. I know I'm right, even though they don't have any
I think
evidence
it's
to
two
back it
different
up.
things with that. I think it's two
Okay, go
different
ahead.
things with both those guys. I think with Rudy Giuliani, he made enough friends while he was in power. You know what I mean? Like enough powerful friends, enough rich friends, like whatever, to where somebody's keeping him afloat. I don't know if it's Elon Musk behind the scene. I don't know who the fuck it is, but somebody is keeping money in that guy's pocket. Somebody's keeping his money from being out there. He's getting forced to hand over stuff to the poll workers and all that. But I think there's enough just sort of shady behind the scenes friends keeping enough of his stuff safe to where he's he's still out there. With Mike Lindell, I think it said he's still selling pillows, man. He's still
Well,
got commercials
that's what
on
I was
Fox
gonna
News.
say.
He's still
We've
got
been
money coming in.
we've been talking about this for a while, and every time it comes up, it's Walmart's dropping my pillow, Bed Bath and Beyond. Everyone, no one's buying my. But that's been going like here. Let me click an
He's
article.
still selling it. I mean, he's still
Yeah,
got
he's got
commercials
to
on
be
Fox
because
News.
I'm gonna click. This
I
article
still
is
see him when
called
I.
uh, God damn it, conspiracy theories. My has been crippled. My pillow has been crippled after American Express cut his lifeline. We've been with it 2023. This article is from 2023 saying my pillow has been crippled, and yet it's still going. We've never heard that it filed for bankruptcy or that it's gone. So as much as he complains, it's got to be doing okay. Someone's buying those.
Well, yeah. I mean, look, man. If you've got, because I always have like the different, big cable news sites up on or channels up on like a big mix when my show's on the air. And I always see that guy on Fox News. Like I always see the commercials up there. I mean, every day. So even if
Well,
you,
for a
yeah, I mean,
while. for a while they said Fox pulled his commercials because he wasn't paying the bills. He wasn't paying for them.
Oh well, I mean they've been on there as of recent. I mean because I think that they're still now. Am I saying that the company's doing great? Like it was whenever its peak was, probably not. If
Yeah.
it's not in Walmart, if it's not in all these major retail stores, but so many people are buying things like pillows online as
Yeah.
opposed to going to Walmart anyway. And now you have this constantly playing on Fox News, and everybody knows that guy. And if you're a right wing douchebag, you're going to sit there and go, "I'm going to own the libs every time I close my eyes on this thing," and that's why you're buying that pillow. So he's got that market of people who will do it just to support a guy that the left hates.
Yeah, the article, so I just looked up the Fox News. That was from January 12th of 2024. So sometime in the past year, they must have turned it around because if you're saying it on. But yeah, people are buying them
Seen it
online
on there,
and
man.
they'll do it for whatever. I'm trying to find if I can I pulled up his numbers and they only go through 2017, but I want to see what his sales were for 2024.
While you're doing that, speaking of buying or not buying products for political reasons, I saw one of the funniest bumper stickers the other day. I'm driving by my house. I pull up to a stop sign. There's a Tesla in front of me with a bumper sticker that says, "I bought this before Elon went crazy."
Yeah,
I love
I've
that.
seen that. Yeah.
I love that. I would, dude. Even if I was a right wing psycho, I would still put that on my car just to keep left wing psychos from drawing dicks and swastikas on it.
Yes.
And I
I
think
think
if,
that
if you are one of those protesters who are fucking up Teslas, if you come up with the can of paint or whatever, and you see that bumper sticker, you have to like give it a free car wash or something. Like you got to give it up for that bumper sticker.
yeah, because it shows because up until he joined Trump, he was the environmentalist, the darling of the left.
Yeah,
Oh my God, he's going to save the world. It just goes to show how fickle people are. It's like you do one thing. Well, he did more than one thing that they didn't like, but it's like you just once you don't fit into either side's perfect echo chamber, you get cast out, and then you're the villain, and that worked for both sides. Um, had a thought that I lost. First of all, I can't find my pillow
I
numbers
mean, he
for
did kind of go
anything.
above and beyond in politicizing everything he was doing. Like it's not like he just retweeted
No,
a Trump 2024 tweet or whatever.
I did. I can't remember if I don't know if we talked about this article or if I just mentioned it. I did see an article several weeks ago that I thought the headline got me. It was, "Please stop giving me the middle finger just because I own a Cybertruck." And then you click on it, and it's this woman that's like, "Look, I have a business. I bought it for this reason. I like it. It's not that I'm into politics." But I just love that headline. It was this. It was just, "Please stop giving me the finger," because she would be driving her truck, and people would just be flipping her off. So she
I mean,
finally
dude,
sat
it's
down and wrote an opinion
it's
piece
an
on it.
ugly truck. It's an ugly
Oh,
truck, and
they're horrible
it's
looking.
ultra politicized.
All right, moving on. Miami Beach mayor threatens to close down cinema for showing Oscar-winning documentary No Other Land. Director says banning won't work. So, updated with, well, here it is. Mayor Stephen Miner issued a draft resolution calling for a city to terminate a lease agreement with O Cinema, located at Old City Hall, a property owned by the city, because they began screening No Other Land 5 days after it won Best Documentary Feature at the. They say the film, directed by a collective of four Israeli and Palestinian filmmakers, provides a ground level view of life for Palestinian residents of the rural Mesefener Yada area of the occupied West Bank who live under an expulsion order. Blah blah blah. I, are we not just? We're listening at all sides. What's wrong with the documentary? Like, you don't have to agree with it. You can say it's propaganda for one side or the other, but this is where we are. This is, I don't want to say censorship, but just the
It's
sheer fact.
absolutely censorship.
Yeah,
If you have a mayor who's sitting there going, "I'm banning this thing from being played in the cinema in my city," that's absolutely government censorship. The
yeah,
freedom of speech party doesn't really seem to mind this.
and that's the thing is I don't know anything about the film. It could be very heavily skewed in favor of the Palestinians or
I'm
or
sure it is,
Muslims.
man.
What's that?
I'm sure it is.
I'm
Like,
sure it is.
what do you want?
Fucking
And you know
put
who's
your man,
way
produce a film
skewed
that
on the other side?
skews
The dude
heavily
running the
Israel.
country.
Yeah,
Yeah, right. Well, or you don't even need to do that. You can just put a microphone up to the mouth of the dude running the country who said he was basically going to wipe out everybody there and turn it into a fucking casino. You know what I mean? Like to sit there and go, oh, things in this country are so pro-Palestine. No, they're not.
yeah.
Especially the people in government running the place, like the dude who's censoring this documentary.
Or you could also, if you were the mayor, say, "Hey, I don't like this movie. I think it's bullshit. But as mayor, you have the freedom of speech to show the movie. You have the right to examine both sides. I think it's a fucking piece of shit. I would not go see it myself." You can insult the shit out
Right.
of it. The fact that you're gonna pull it or you're gonna actively shut a theater down for showing it. Did you ever see the movie The American President with Michael Douglas?
No.
It's a great movie. There's a quick line where he talks about um, the importance of freedom of speech is I'm not even gonna try and quote the line, but he says, if you have to allow someone who says the thing you hate the most to say it, the right to freedom is the right to burn the flag, the symbol of that freedom. You don't have to agree with it. You can say burning the flag is horrible. I fucking hate people that burn the flag, but they have a right to do it. It's the same thing with that the Palestinian asshole student that Trump wants deported. That fucking Christian Mike asshole Speaker of the House is calling a terrorist in training. The dude's a fucking nutcase asshole piece of shit, but he has freedom of speech
Yeah,
allows him to.
isn't this the same dude that pardoned the Jan Sixers? What the fuck is he talking
Exactly.
about? Did the kid storm the fucking Capitol for Palestine, or did he just wave a stupid Hamas flag in front of a school?
Right.
If you're going to deport people for protesting, that's psychotic. And this mayor's a moron because all that's doing is giving this documentary more press, and it's going to make people want to see it more. That assholes like him are banning it.
Then again, maybe in the big picture, but he is smart in one sense that this is Miami, and you know, from what I understand, Jews really like to move to Florida and live there. So maybe they're not, but they can go out and protest it.
True,
If they
but
can go
all he would have
fucking
to do is
don't
literally
watch
say
this
nothing.
film.
Dude, all he would have to do is say nothing about this documentary.
Yeah.
Nothing about this documentary. That's all that no one was going to ask him about it. This was not going to come up. Even if it did, even if some reporter who's super pro Israel or super pro Palestine asked him about it in a fucking press briefing, all he's got to be like is, I've never seen it. I don't really agree with the sentiment of it. I'm pro Israel. Like, he can say all that. He can get the pro Israel people behind him without banning this thing, but now he's doing damage to his own side because it looks like he's an authoritarian who doesn't want people. He doesn't want the opposition's voice to be even heard. He's going to censor them.
And the line he uses is complete bullshit. I am just surprised that O Cinema, what a bad name, O Cinema, utilizing Miami Beach taxpayer
He should
funding.
censor that name. He should say you could do the documentary if you get a better name. That's an annoying. I drive by your stupid sign. It's an eyesore. What are you doing here?
Utilizing Miami Beach taxpayer funding would willingly disseminate such hateful propaganda. Um, it, it's a Miami, it's a city owned building, but from what I understand, the cinema pays rent to the city in order to lease the building. That's what it says in the first part.
Right.
So,
Yeah. Yeah.
are you subsidizing the cinema or are they paying rent? Which is it? Like you don't. It's not both.
It's crazy. It's ridiculous. And anybody who's for it, I never want to hear bitch about cancel culture or free speech or any of that shit. If you're going to have literally the government, the guy who runs the city is saying that a privately operated cinema can't show a
A
documentary.
movie.
It's just goddamn insane.
And here's the best part. Cinema, they added screenings on March 19th and 20th. So it's not like, they're doing this big long run of an Avengers Marvel movie. It's literally made $1 million domestically, which is 1/20th of Robert Downey Jr.'s paycheck before incentives. before back end. Yeah, for 2 days. Oh no, they added this. So yeah, now this theater's going to be sold out on those 2 days.
Yeah, I mean, he's such an old timey fuck to sit there and go, you know what? I'm going to make sure nobody can see this again. See, it's not in the cinema up on the big picture. How's anybody else going to be able to put eyeballs on this thing now that it's not playing in the movie theater? It's like 7 people go to the movie theaters now.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to watch it online because of what you're doing.
Well, we're running out of time on Zoom, so let's just touch one more article that I sent you. I thought this was funny. This popped up in my feed. Sarah Silverman post-mortem tour, Live Nation sponsored. She's going to go to a comedy tour. There are more comments than when I sent it to you, but the first thing I saw, I clicked on it like, oh, Sarah Silverman. And the comments are, boycott this genocide supporter. Not funny. Sorry, not sorry. Hard pass on this genocide supporter. Genocide. No, thank you. Really? That's what we're doing is because she's Jewish. I honestly do not know Sarah Silverman's stance on the Israel-Palestine conflict. I've never heard her say a word. I'm sure she has, but she's on tour telling jokes, and these are the comments you're leaving. I am not going to go. I mean, Jesus Christ. What
Right.
is
Then,
wrong with
hey,
people?
man, what? Then go see that fucking documentary in Miami Beach or whatever, man. Like, what do you want, man? Don't go see it. I doubt her
Oh,
entire act is going up and babbling on about Israel Palestine stuff, man. Like,
then
it's a
again, she has
goddamn
gotten pretty
comedy show.
woke. Actually, she has gone woke. Sarah Silverman has gone far left, uh, and the far left right now is pretty pro-Palestine. Now she is Jewish, so that might be an interesting conflict. Her Jewishness with her wokeness. It could be.
It's I don't know, man. Yeah, I can't really comment on it because I don't know what she has or hasn't said about the situation. I don't know.
Same.
Maybe she said some weird shit. Maybe she's come out and said, "Yeah, I do want Trump to help Netanyahu bomb it further and turn it into a bouncy castle or the hotel resort, a golf
Riviera
resort."
of
I don't
the.
know. Yeah, I whatever crazy. I mean, like, look, man, if she said anything as bad as repeating what the president said, then yeah, it's probably pretty rough. But I've never I tend to believe it probably isn't that crazy because I haven't. I feel like it would come up in my feed a little more if she was really going off the rails with it.
All right. Our Spotify, we can stay on the live cast. The chat's pretty dead this week, probably because it was a last minute announcement. But we are signing off. The Zoom recording will stay on YouTube if anybody's there. But you can find me, Nathan Timmel, at nathantimmel.com. All things me, t-shirt store, 1 hour special on YouTube, all sorts of things to look at on my website. Jake can be found at Jake Vevera, Vevera, on all social media, including YouTube, where he has his own 1 hour special, Unalived by Dog Pills. And yeah, so we will switch over to YouTube, which has been pretty silent. Oh, well, we can talk. He knows a little about Sarah Silverman, so we're going to jump over to YouTube. Thanks for listening, Spotify listeners.
Mike Lindell needs to run a pillow infomercial in the theater in Miami Beach, Florida.
All right. So, Sophie and Ken, she shared a pro-Israel post in 2023. Oh my goodness. So
In
two
2023.
2 years ago she shared a pro-Israel
Yeah,
post, and in 2025 that means you can't. Did you watch Bill Burr's new special?
I did. It's pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was pretty good. He talked about that though. He talked. I can't remember the exact mechanics of it, but he talked about how, you know, he, joining the Klan and comparing that to old tweets. But that's basically Bill Burr was talking about. But yeah, she's getting canceled for a tweet where she was pro-Israel because she's Jewish. Shocking that she would take a side like that. Oh my goodness. And so yeah, now we hold on to things and we've never let anything go.
Yeah. No. Oh no. I like this Klan bit. His Klan bit was about traffic laws too. Which he was like,
that's where
you
it
can't
started. It started with
have
traffic laws, but then it
two people or
morphed
one
into
person in the carpool lane, even if he's even if the
Cl-
two people are in clan hoods or whatever. It was great. Go
Oh,
watch the special. We're butchering it,
the
but
best line was the
yeah,
cop. You better have a black guy in the trunk. I mean, that one
yeah,
fucking
right,
got me when he
yeah,
said that. But
yeah.
he did wrap it around into, we don't cancel you for this. We do cancel you for
Well, I thought
old
that point
tweets.
was silly because we do cancel you for that. If you show up,
Yeah, you
like
do get.
most of the dudes in the clan also don't have a show on Netflix or whatever. Like if they did, it would be a problem. They would cancel you for that.
Yeah.
Ask Michael Richards about that, sir.
Yes. Good point. I actually, well, we've talked about him in the past. Nathan needs the email address Subaru for life. Oh, my haircut is not that lesbian right now. I've had a worse lesbian haircut than this. I'm going to take my headphones off for a second. This is not the worst lesbian haircut I've ever had.
It's I don't know, man. It does say struggling field hockey player. You know, you got the gray. It's graying, and
I
you
got
know
the
she's still
temples.
going out there.
I got gray.
Still going
And
out there, but she gets
my
gassed by the
beard,
second
this is
quarter.
really gray. I got gray all over the face.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I got the
Well,
gray beard going on too.
all right. Well, chat's kind of dead, so I will say this: if it came down to Costa Rica or Hawaii, I'd go to Costa Rica first. But I did love my time in Hawaii. It was a
Nice.
great. Got to swim with. We were on the beach boogie boarding, and suddenly my daughter starts freaking out, going, "Daddy, Daddy, everybody!" And there was a sea turtle just swimming by. So I quick
Oh,
threw
that's
on the
cool.
mask. You swim next to it, and like it takes all your self control because you know you're not supposed to touch him, but it's like, oh my god, I'm swimming next to it. Is so cool, and you just like have to control yourself, like, nope, don't touch it, don't pet the sea turtle, just let it live its sea turtle life. But that was awesome, dude. We saw so many whales just swimming up and down the
Oh,
coast.
nice.
It was great. Just
Yeah,
grab
I
a
saw a lot
flannel
of
shirt.
ocean life.
I need to, as my hair gets poofier and more lesbianish, I need to wear a flannel shirt on here. I need to buy a flannel shirt. Good call there, Dave.
Yeah, I remember when we went to Cancun on our honeymoon. It was right on the ocean there, and I saw something really rare. You normally don't see unless you get way out in the ocean. I saw a crypto millionaire push his wife off a cruise and make it look like an accident. I was like, "Oh my god, honey, look!" You know, we got the binoculars out. We took selfies.
I didn't know crypto was around and that Robert Wagner was a crypto millionaire. Ooh, Natalie Wood joke. I pull all
That's
the
right.
deep references. I
There you
pull
go.
the
There you go.
old dead, old references. All right.
Yep.
Hey, if any to the few people that are still watching, Jake's wife got a new job. I'm going to try and get the word out, but we're going to try. We should put it on the other one. We're going to try and do Saturdays as a
Yes.
consistent
We should
podcast
have put
time.
that on the Zoom one. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we should put that. But well, we're going to try and be consistent. Next week is good. I'll be in St. Paul. I'll do it from my hotel room.
Same.
Week after that, I will try and get. I'm going to be in Madison. Maybe I'll go there Friday night so that I'm all set for Saturday. But we're going to try and do this on Saturdays and be consistent about it. All right. Thanks for tuning
Yeah.
in, everyone. Jake, good seeing your face, my friend.
Later.